Hi there, fellow crafters. Janine here, and today I'm bringing you another Darby Smart project. Now, I apologize for being a little bit behind with this one. This is actually January's Darby Smart to DIY 4-box project, and it is a block printing project. And I gotta tell you, it was a lot of fun. It was a little difficult, but I don't mind difficult, so that was good for me. But basically, we got a what they call a linoleum block, and I think it's just a piece of MDF with a piece of linoleum adhered to it, and then you carve out the image that you want to transfer from, block printing, to transfer from your block to tea towels, and that was the other thing that came with it, along with some other tools. And this is what the finished product of one of my tea towels looks like. This project was a lot of fun. It was a little bit time consuming, but again, that didn't necessarily bother me because I enjoy crafting, so if it takes time, that's perfectly okay with me. That's my relaxation and my enjoyment. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to make this beautiful tea towel. The items that came in this month's Darby Smart box was a block. It's a block of, looks like MDF with a piece of vinyl on top of it. So this is going to be what you make your stamp out of. It came with a carving tool, which is really cool because you unscrew it. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong end. You unscrew this end, and all of your carving, different sized carving pieces are in there, and then they lock in to this end. It came with a brayer, and this is a really nice brayer. It's a good heavy, feels like a silicone roller, versus a foam roller. This is really good quality. And then it just had a little styrofoam plate and a bottle of ink, black ink. And it also came with 2 tea towels, which are pretty good size. So that's what we're going to be stamping on today. And I went ahead and read the directions for Darby Smart. You go to darbysmart.com, how to, and then put in the code YUMMY, and it gives you all of the directions to complete this project. So what I went ahead and did was found some images on the internet that I liked. Fleur-de-lis, because I like fleur-de-lis. I'm from Southwest Louisiana, so that's a big symbol in Louisiana. And then I went ahead and in Word, went ahead and did some word art, fleur-de-lis, and then I did it in a mirror image so that when we stamp it, it'll be correct. And then I just found a simple scroll design that I'm going to incorporate in the design as well. So to go ahead and get these images transferred onto this block, I'm simply going to use some transfer paper. So while I get this cut down to size and secured to my block, I'm just going to go ahead and pause for now. Well, I finished tracing my images, so let's go ahead and take this transfer paper off and see what we've got. Oh, that is lovely. Okay, so I'm gathering the way that you put these in here. There's a little half moon shape right there, and you just loosen it right here, and that appears to be the sharp edge on this end. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in there. And, oops, go ahead and tighten it up. I gotta tell you, I've never done this before. There we go. Okay, that's in there good and secure. So what I'm going to do is start with, there's 3 different sizes. There's a large one, a medium one, and then a really tiny one. I'm going to guess for getting in these smaller areas. So I'm going to start with the larger one and just start practicing taking off the bigger chunks. And I'm going to move to the smaller ones as I get a little more confident and get ready to start going around some of the finer details. So I've got all of the carving done, and what I'm going to do now is some test stamps and see how things are going, see if I need to make any adjustments. And it doesn't take a lot. A little bit of this ink goes a really long way. So just put a little bit in there. We'll go ahead and load the brayer up. Okay, and now this is going to be, the scroll work is going to be an edging, and the fleur-de-lis I think is what I'm going to do on the corners. So I'm going to be careful just to ink the fleur-de-lis section, or attempt to. I'm going to see how this goes. It might not work out quite as well as I'd hoped. And let's stamp that and see what we get. I might need to do a little bit thicker on the ink. Actually, I think I did pretty good. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit more rustic in appearance than I had originally intended, but overall I think it's going to have a really nice look to it. So I'm going to come back when I'm ready to stamp on the towel itself. This has been a challenging project. I got to tell you, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if you're somebody who likes a little bit of a challenge in your craft projects, this might be the one for you. There we go, and that's not too bad. I mean, I would like it a little bit more filled in. And I've tried putting a lot of ink in that area, and it's still got plenty of ink on the stamp. But it's still just not transferring well right there. But it looks like that's about what I'm going to get. And let me do one more fleur-de-lis, and then we'll try the edging and see how that looks. Oh, that one's better. So I think what I'm going to do is finish my corners and then clean the stamp off before trying to do the border. So I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. Alrighty, now we'll give this scroll design on the edge a try and see what that looks like. Oh, pretty. I like. That is lovely. Well, I hope you enjoyed this project brought to you by me and Darby Smart and these block printed tea towels. And now on to the scoring for this project. For a value, I gave it a 5. Now remember, the scoring is at a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. I gave it a value of 5 because I felt like there was well worth $19 worth of products in this box. Ease of use, I gave it a 4. And the only reason I didn't give it a 5 because I enjoyed the level of difficulty, but if a novice crafter was to have gotten this box, you know, that really has not done a lot of crafting in their life, they might have found it a little bit too difficult. And with the instructions, I gave it a 4 also because, again, a novice crafter probably could have used a little bit more detailed instructions, although out of the projects I've done for Darby Smart so far, I found that these instructions were more detailed than the ones in the past. And the finished product, I gave it a 4 because I did actually have some difficulty with the stamping part, and that's where I felt like the directions fell down because it really wasn't as simple as just, you know, giving it a light press and, you know, or even a firm press and getting a good transfer. I had to actually hit the block, you know, pretty hard to get it to transfer the image completely. So finished product, I gave it a 4 for that. And so overall it gets a score of 4.25, which is not bad. That's the highest score that I've given a project yet. Well, anyway, thank you for watching and happy crafting.